Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Whether you are looking for a small skiff to fish the Sound or rivers or a huge offshore tuna machine, Defiance Marine has it. At Defiance Marine, be sure to power your boat with a Honda outboard package. Take advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty on your Honda outboards. Our service department is always here to help and serve you as the customer. Did you know Defiance Marine has boat financing experts to help get you the best term rates on your new boat purchase? If you need financing for that new boat, call us today. We guarantee the best price, best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine also carries all the gear that you will need. Everything from auxiliary kicker motors to fishing tackle and bait. Defiance Marine has certified technicians that are top-notch at their job. Some of the best in the Pacific Northwest at evaluating your boat issues and problems. Stop in today or give us a call for all your needs at Defiance Marine.
Today, the need for quality private security services is at an all-time high. Contract Security Service provides day-to-day peace of mind as they protect people and property. Here at Phoenix, we provide service for multiple state and federal contracts with services ranging from uniform, patrol, alarm monitoring, canine detection, executive protection, as well as investigative work. Phoenix client management models are built on understanding our clients' security needs and responding with a tailored program that is best fit for them. Phoenix provides excellent customer service through well-trained, highly motivated security professionals. Recruiting highly qualified officers is the first step in building a strong team. Currently, we are comprised of 70% prior law enforcement and military veterans. If you are prior military or law enforcement, go to www.phoenixprotectivecorps.com and apply today.
In the Northwest Wild.
We've got a ballistic solution app on my...
Tuna grounds are on the ocean, Tommy. We're going to do that. Don't go anywhere.
We've got all the great fish that make great fish and chips.
And after work, a cold beer in my hand. Picking wild berries.
Hey, good evening and welcome to Fish on Northwest. Wayne England coming to you from the Fish on Northwest studios. And yes, as you've probably noticed once again, flying solo. Tommy has other things to do apparently. Actually, he is still out on location, finishing up a little time off. No big deal. We have a handful of items to get through this night, and I'm going to walk you right on through it. A few points of interest, and as always, some really good information that we put together and provide each and every week here at Fish on Northwest. So glad you could join me this evening. Going to be another really good show. I want to remind you, please take some time, give us some support. Check out our webpage, www.fishuntnw.com. Look at the online store if you are so inclined. Look at all the items we have there available, swag or merchandise, whatever category you put that in. But Shing does a great job, and we have a number of items there for sale for your wearing pleasure. Check it out, and a lot of other things at our website with our blogs and our insightful how-tos. Lots of good information over there. Check it out. Get on our email list so we can stay in contact with you. Also, if you would, you can find us on pretty much all social media platforms at Fish Hunt NW. Whether it's Instagram, yes, please follow us on Instagram, our YouTube channel. Jump on over there, give us a subscribe. And of course, if you're tuning in tonight on Facebook, you already know that we exist here. Go ahead and give us a like and follow if you haven't. And please, above all else, share our content. Invite your friends. Come join us each and every week and throughout the week when we provide content even out of studio as often as we can. Well, with that, a number of things to cover here. Some things coming up. Yes, believe it or not, we still have some clam dig opportunities, and WDFW recently announced another set of digs that are coming up here just this next week, March 16th through the 22nd. The nice thing is, as we get to the 20th, those tides will convert to a morning tide opportunity. And as we draw towards spring, that's typically what happens. We start getting opportunity to go get those clams in the morning hours before noon on how these tides set up. So about the 20th or so, you'll see that tide flip. You get out there, dig that morning tide in around anywhere between 8 and 10 a.m. depending on the day as we progress through season. But there are literally, if I could say it, still millions of clams out there to be had, and WDFW continues to give us as much opportunity as we can. And as we get into the spring, the weather gets pretty conducive. So, and if you're at a beach where you can go ahead and grab some sand shrimp, if you're one who goes after the sand shrimp, I suggest you do that as well. Might have to go to a little different area, but you find those sand shrimp, it is springer season, and you're going to need some sand shrimp. So if you're out there at the beach, might as well get a 2-for-1. Get some clams, get some sand shrimp, get your springer bait, get ready to go. Get ready to go. Want to remind waterfowl hunters, hey, March 20th is approaching relatively quick. Why is that date important? Well, we are obligated to get our record recording in, our license recording in, how successful or not you were with your hunt for Canada goose, sea duck, brant, and of course snow geese. We have to report whether or not you harvested or not. And those must be in by March 20th, and that's an important day to pay attention to, because if you get past the 20th, one, if you do it online, which you should, you're not going to be able to. They lock it out. Two, next time you get online to order your waterfowl licensing or go in to pick it up, of course, you'll get hit with about a $10 additional fee, much like if for non-reporting of your crab harvest. So want to get those reports in. It helps WDFW manage the resource. Actually does. There are people that think that by us providing them numbers, it's counterproductive, but it really does help them manage the resource if we can get those numbers in and help them out. So please, if you're a waterfowl hunter, get your documentation, get your information in by March 20th. Also a great time for us to start reminding you that, hey, the 2021-2022 fishing licensing season is about to come to an end. At the end of March, your current license that is in your possession is no longer valid. You will need to re-up your licensing going into April. You're required to have your new up-to-date 2022 to 2023 season fishing licenses in your pocket starting April 1st. So get to your local retailer and go ahead and get your licensing taken care of. Now remember, you can get online and surf around and look into it. If you're now kind of transitioning into doing a lot of different activities that involve the water, your different types of fishing, albeit freshwater, saltwater, you get some clamming in there, some crabbing, you have some options. Two-pole endorsement. There's a number of things you can choose to add to your entire purchase or not. That being said, be sure to look at some of those other opportunities you have for bulk purchase. The Fish Washington, the Get Outdoors, some of those packages are far better off if you're going to buy in bulk like that. You're going to save some money. It could be kind of a hit depending on how many things you put into your licensing, but at the end, you will save money if you buy in bulk on some of those programs that they have put together for your purchase. So just something to think about. Make sure you have your licensing done going into April, and look forward to an amazing year, hopefully coming, especially with some of these salmon numbers coming in that we're going to really tackle next week when we're back together here in studio. Something else that caught my attention, a few weeks ago we had talked about the sturgeon opportunity on the Columbia River in a couple different locations, the John Day Pool being one of them, and they opted to give us sturgeon retention options for March 9 and 16th. Well, yesterday on the 9th, apparently we hit the quota, and so we are not going to get the 16th. The controversy was the fact that they put it middle of the week. Most folks are at work. Some of our followers were a little bit heated after that discussion and that decision by WDFW, but more so ODFW was the one at the table, I think, pushing for that. But nonetheless, we did not get a date to target retention sturgeon on a Saturday. They decided to break it up and put it on to 2 Wednesdays, giving us an extra day. Well, apparently we've already hit the quota. So next week, do not plan on fishing for sturgeon for retention. You can still fish sturgeon for catch and release in the John Day Pool, but for next week, the 16th, that pool will be closed for retention. Make sure you pay attention to that. it's ever fluid here on these regulations, and the best thing you can go is daily, weekly, prior to you heading out, go to WDFW website and check on the rule changes or news information that's come out that would outline any of those changes that they've put in that maybe you didn't catch. So got to pay attention to this stuff so you don't get ticketed. Something of some importance, in our opinion, coming up here tomorrow, March 11th, we have a commission meeting, and not just a commission meeting, but a commission meeting for them to take input into whether or not they're going to bring back our spring bear hunt. And this is one that Tommy and I have been following since the start. You all remember back towards the end of 2021, there was quite the heated discussion within the commission meeting, and more so heated outside the doors once the decision was laid down that they were going to not allow for us to have a spring bear, a black spring bear hunt opportunity in 2022. That didn't sit well with us. It didn't sit well with a lot of our organized hunting groups in the Northwest and more so Washington State. And your voices have been heard. The commission will come together on a special meeting tomorrow, the 11th. Why is that important? Well, you do have opportunity to weigh in. It's a virtual meeting, but you can get online via Zoom, and you can let your voice be heard. Now, the board may opt to not give persons a full 3 minutes of speaking time, depending on how many people sign up to speak. Now, there's a couple ways to look at this. You can sign up the day of. You can get on the Zoom meeting and you can raise your hand and hope they call on you to speak. Or you can go to the WDFW website, go to the news tabs at the top of the page, and then it'll open up to all the recent news and events activity that is currently happening. I can assure you the spring bear hunt, the special meeting for the commission, is near the very top. It's very easy to find. Click on that tab and it'll open up to the commission page about the meeting. Why is this important? Because there's a link right there that you can click that gets you registered for the meeting. That's going to enable you to get a notification via email. The meeting is happening at this date and time. You are registered. While you register, you have the option to list whether or not you prefer to speak or not. If you are one so inclined to speak on behalf of your beliefs as it pertains to this spring bear hunt, by all means, please click that box. They're going to get a gauge on how many people are anticipating on speaking, and I think it's going to be quite a few of you, which is great. But pre-registering gives you a better opportunity to speak than showing up the day of and simply raising your hand and hope to be called on. Hopefully that all makes sense to you. And again, it's pretty easy to navigate. Go to the site, go to the news bullet, click on the meeting notification from WDFW, opens up to the registration page for the commission meetings. And there's a lot of other information in there too. It tells you meeting dates, and then you can go to agendas to see what is going to be on the agenda, which is important as we roll into the next few days. The 17, 18, 19 is the virtual meeting where the commission is going to reconvene and then have some more discussion about the spring bear hunt, and then they're gonna weigh in and make a vote. They're gonna actually hold the vote to either bring it back or kill it. Now, one thing that we need to pay attention to is our most recently 3 appointed commissioners that will be sitting in that meeting. Remember now, we have 9 commissioners that are finally, all seats are filled, thanks to the governor finally filling those seats. So now, this is the first time with a very contentious topic, if you will, that the commissioners get to weigh in on. The spring bear one is on a lot of folks' radar, and we're going to see which direction this goes. Now, based on the credentials and the history of the most recent 3 appointed commissioners to the seats that were filled, I honestly think, and Tommy and I have kind of talked about this, that we may see a positive outcome. Now, I'm not holding my breath, but we may see a positive outcome on the spring bear hunt in a 5-4 split in favor of bringing it back. Now, that's just what I'm anticipating. You know, if I'm wrong next week, then I'll eat crow, but we'll see. The unique thing here is we get to see where these commissioners are going to weigh in on the first critical decision that they need to make. And when they speak on behalf of either they are in favor of or against allowing a spring bear hunt, which would contradict the WDFW's science and staff's information that they brought forward in support of the spring bear hunt. So I'd be very curious to see, are our newly appointed commissioners going to jump on board and follow the science, or are they going to jump on board and follow the emotional-based decision-making process that seems to be so prominent as of late with our commission? Going to be very interesting to see which way this goes. Anyway, wanted to make you all aware, the 11th, tomorrow, if you have time, please sign on and pay attention, speak if you feel inclined to do so. Then you can look at the agenda for the meeting from the 17th to the 19th. You'll see exactly which time, the time and the day of that 3-day meeting, the exact time when that spring bear vote is on the agenda, and we'll see what the outcome is. By the end of the session on the 19th, we're definitely going to have an answer, and we'll know, moving forward, hopefully, where some of these commissioners stand on future decisions. Okay, you got questions about that, hit us up via our messenger on Facebook. You can get us over there at YouTube. You can email us through our webpage, www.fishhuntnw.com. Love to hear from you. Love to hear your thoughts. Okay, running down the show this evening, kind of a different bit of a format here. Tommy is, as I have mentioned, out on the road still. I actually am on the road as well. I'm heading over to Roosevelt, spent a couple days fishing with our buddy Troy. You've all listened to Troy talk numerous times about the kokanee, the trophy kokanee, and the triploids over there, and some walleye out of Roosevelt as we go for those kokanee. And as of late, the kokanee fishing has picked up a bit. They seem to be congregating down lower in the system. And so we have set this up to do multiple times and have had to cancel due to weather, due to past conditions, weather over there as far as wind. I think we got a hole shot here, going to get a couple days of fishing in. So getting on the road to head over there. Didn't want to leave you hanging without a show. A little bit of a pre-record session, no big deal. And then we are going to play some of our content from the beginning of this year, some of the ones that you folks all enjoyed. This was your, this was your response to us, say, at the Sportsman Show. A number of you spoke on some of our content that we had provided, starting this year especially. And we got some good things that we had brought to you. And so I thought it would be worth a little time to go back and visit some of those. If you're just newly joining us in the last several weeks to a month, maybe some of these, probably most of them, you have not seen. So I pulled out a couple of our standouts as we rolled into 2022 and want to bring those back for you to view. So kicking it off when we come back from break, none other than our buddy Bo Olson, Wilderness Expeditions LLC. You'll remember Bo is one of the 3 licensed outfitters in the Blues Mountains. Bo has some things to say, and he's a very interesting guest to have on for sure. And he knows a lot about what's going on in the Blues Mountains, especially the impact, the predation, the predators are having on our elk and mule deer population. So Bo has a few things to say. He's always entertaining to listen to. Very smart man, very insightful. You'll definitely take away some information listening to Bo Olson. So you can check out what he has going on, and if you're able to draw some of those permits, some of those draws that he caters to, check him out, wildernessexpeditionsllc.com, and you'll see everything that he's been doing for the last 10 years plus. Then we're going to jump to our goose hunt. We had a fantastic goose hunt towards the end of the year, 2021, with Shelby Ross Outdoor Adventures, and Levi Rodello, his #1 guide. Levi's a great guy, heck of a goose caller. We had a fantastic hunt. The reason I want to show you guys this is what you get when you go out with Fish Hunt Northwest on some of our invite outings. This was one of our, hey, you want to join us for a hunt on the east side with Ross Outdoor Adventures, and it was extremely successful. We had a really good time. Tommy literally had a blast, got his first geese. He had never done that before. It was quite the experience. If you haven't seen it, you're going to enjoy this hunt, so be sure to stick around to preview that. It is well worth your time to watch. Then we're going to get out there with our buddy Paul Kim. You guys remember Paul Kim, the Squid King of Seattle, as he's been coined here on Fish Hunt Northwest. We gave him that name because the man is probably one of the best in Puget Sound when it comes to locating and then ultimately being successful in harvesting squid. It was a bit of a blustery evening. Tommy and I get out there in the water with Paul for about 3 hours or so. We ended up with our 4 limits of squid. Great video to watch. You get insightful intel on exactly how Paul conducts business, why he's so successful at going after these squid, and hopefully you can take some notes in next season. As this comes up again, you'll be ready. Gives you plenty of time to get prepared, and hopefully you too can go out and find some success. And then, of course, we don't want to leave you hanging with just a bunch of squid. We got to show you how to cook them. And much like last time when we premiered this video, we're going to show you once again, out of the kitchen, Finn's Bistro, Chef Jeff Maxfield and Sherry Shing in the kitchen co-hosting. This squid recipe is one of our absolute favorites from this season. Italian spicy sausage stuffed squid. It is absolutely delicious and so simple to make. If you have squid in your freezer and you're trying to come up with something to do with them, I suggest you give this recipe a try. You're definitely going to enjoy everything it stands for. Check out Finn's Bistro at finnsbistro.net, and or you can also get them over on their Facebook and social media channels. They have a lot of really good things going on. We'll talk a little bit more about Finn's Bistro as we close out the show. But that's the kind of lineup for this evening. I hope you stick around to enjoy it. I'll be online interactive as always, answering questions if you have some. It's just a good time for us to get on the road, try to go out and get some more relevant content to bring back to you folks. Sometimes we got to split duty and make it happen, but we definitely want to bring you a show each and every week, and that's what we're doing tonight here out of the studio. So don't go anywhere. Quick commercial break. We come back. Going to be with Bo Olson here in the studio, kind of going back and looking at that piece we did on the Blues Mountains, the predation, and all the things Bo has to talk about. Back in a couple minutes right here at Fish Hunt Northwest.
Sportco, an outdoor emporium, is the largest local outfitter in the Northwest since 1975, providing thousands of people affordable outdoor gear. This summer, make your next outdoor adventure more affordable by shopping at our warehouse-style pricing. We are a local Scotty dealer, offering sales, service, and repair. Located in Fife and Seattle, come visit us today. The outdoors await you.
For more than 90 years, you've entrusted one brand to guide you towards living the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Now you can entrust affiliated Better Homes and Gardens real estate professionals to interpret your needs and help you find the home in which to live your dreams. Through every stage of your home buying or selling process, and through every stage of your life, there's Better Homes and Gardens real estate. Expect better.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh yeah. Oh, whoa. Oh, no, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
Hi, this is Joe and Megan from Archery World. We have 4 store locations. We are at the Lacey location right now. I just want to highlight some of our camping gear. We have Mystery Ranch packs. We also have trekking poles. We have crispy boots. We have 6-hour optics. We carry Havalon knives. We carry Garmin products as well. So it's not just archery. We want to try to make this one-stop shopping for you guys. And so if you need it and it puts you in the outdoors, we probably have it. So come down and see us.
Hey, welcome back to Fish Hunt Northwest. In studio here, Dwayne England, Tommy Donlin, and Bo Olson.
Good to be here, fellas.
Great to have you here. Before we delve into this, Tommy, we do have a few things getting thrown out here on the the old messenger here. Andy is strongly encouraged folks when they're on their way out for clamming, go ahead and stop by the Westport Winery. That'd be a good little stop in. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And Robert is asking, do we know if there's any tribal gill netting going on in some of these closed systems, like out on the peninsula in the Chehalis? What I can tell you in regards to that, I have not been informed that any of the closed systems, fully closed systems, have any tribal impact on them whatsoever. Now, that being said, out on the Queets-Quilliet system, we do not have an agreed-to fishery between the state and the tribes. That was the one area that they could not come to agreement on. The state has closed that opportunity to recreational opportunity, but the tribes had indicated they would fish. And as of late, I was informed by a few folks that it looks like they are conducting their commercial gill net fishery on those systems within their reservation right. So that is one between the state and the tribe. Again, they didn't have an agreed to fishery. You know, we don't have any say in that fight. I just wish that the state and the co-managers would come to agreement on the numbers. If we're talking same numbers, we should recognize the impact and either go or no go for both sides. So that's all I got on that one. So, all right. Yes, Blackmouth is closed, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Right now, front and center, Bo Olson, Wilderness Expeditions.
Yes, sir.
And you've been here before. We've talked about a few of these things.
I'll be here again, too.
And you'll be here again. And I appreciate it when you come because you come bearing gifts. I have these amazing 5x5 elk antlers sitting in the studio that everybody comments and compliments on when they come in here that are from the Blues. And now you brought me this little fiasco sitting in front of my computer.
It's not little. It is not little.
Dandy mule deer there. Can't thank you enough. That is a nice addition to the studio here.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah. That just shows the genetics over there, man.
It shows what used to be in the Blues.
Right.
And, if we can get a grip on it, we can have those again.
Get those back.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, let's talk a little bit about you have acquired an outfitter's permit. It's a great story, but we don't have time to get into the entire deal. But I want you to talk to folks about describing that permitting process. How does one go about? We only got 3 guys, including Washington, Oregon, that are permitted, correct?
Correct.
How did you acquire in the short version?
In the Blue Mountains.
Yes, in the Blue Mountains.
Yes, there's special use permits that the Forest Service gives out to certain outfitters, guides. And fortunately, I'm one of them. I'm proud to have it. And it encompasses, so we essentially are tied in with the U.S. Forest Service. And we adhere to their rules set forth, and we run a business. And so I'm allotted so many units. The other outfitters are allotted so many game units. We have boundaries. We do not cross unless we are cohesive and we get that, hey, I'm going to pack an animal, Hunter shot this out of your unit.
Sure.
As it should be.
Sure.
Right? And as we talked earlier, your firemen, you guys know first aid is critical in the middle of the wilderness. So if something happens to a client or another outfitter's client, we're going to take over and say, hey, we'll go get this guy out. You broke his leg. We'll get him.
Yeah. So you get along with those other guys pretty good?
I do.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty cohesive, as you said?
Yes, correct. Yeah. We should be cohesive, and we're getting to where we need to be. It's been touch and go over the years, but we're getting to where we need to finally.
Yeah.
So, and that's nice. That's a comforting feeling. And it's comforting for the Forest Service as well, because then they don't have to deal with it, and they know
they don't have to monitor.
You guys are good, right?
Right.
So talk a little bit. How did you get into guiding, and then how long have you been in the Blues Mountains?
Just started off big game hunting, and we used to go in a different wilderness, and we would pack in and pack out and get elk, get deer, and then we just kind of realized that, hey, we've been doing this and helping relatives out to fill their tags, etc. And then before the recession hit, which, we're going back sometime, in 07, 08, I had submitted a business plan to get in with a certain ranger district. And I put a business plan together. That's what I was going to school for.
Right.
Did a SWOT analysis, did all that stuff. And they were like, what is this? Right? Because that's kind of not how you obtain a permit.
Sure.
It was almost like grandfathered in with families passed down.
Yeah.
Right? So I have what's considered a trail permit. There's a range permit, which is cattlemen. And that is literally passed down generation to generation.
And that's for grazing and access.
Yeah, absolutely. The trail permit is the same thing, but I can commercially guide in those certain units.
Right.
I'm allotted certain units.
Right.
And so I had, long story, I'd put in, never heard anything from that certain ranger district. And then when the recession hit, I went back east to North Dakota, chasing the money, and I got a call when I was there, and they said, we think you might have an opportunity when you get back.
Oh.
And so I was in the process of signing on for another season there. I was making great money. It was wonderful work.
Yeah.
And I just kind of chose to have this once opportunity in my life and chase it. And I went. I didn't know what was going to happen, and I'm glad I did. And it kind of came to fruition a couple years later. And basically, I had to work under someone else's permit for a year with the intention from me is I want this permit for myself.
Sure.
But I knew I had to harvest. I was the packer, the guide, the cook. I was everything my first year. I had no one working for me.
Sure.
Wow.
So it was like,
that's a challenge.
I need to put 3 bowls on the ground, muzzle, archery, and rifle.
Right.
And we did.
Yeah.
And one of them was a 400 class bull.
Yeah, I was going to say, now these, for those that don't know, we're not just talking like, you're not just going elk hunting. These are trophy animals.
I'm pretty blessed.
Yeah.
I'm proud of what we've accomplished over the years.
Right.
But the Blue Mountains has probably the best genetics for elk in the state of Washington.
Yeah.
I think that goes without saying.
Sure, yeah.
Okay? It used to be world class.
Right.
I still think it rivals Arizona. At one point, the Blue Mountains produced the world record elk. It lasted for 18 hours. Okay. and then Utah beat it, and then Arizona beat it another 18 hours.
Yeah.
So, over the years, but the genetics are there. But right now, we're having a predator problem.
Yep.
That's why I'm here.
Yep.
To talk about it.
We're going to get into that.
And we'll hammer that.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to talk about that.
Well, talking about trophy animals, I mean, the gentleman who currently holds the Washington State Roosevelt archery record is sitting in this room.
He's one of our buddies right here.
The other chucklehead.
Yeah, the other chucklehead.
Yeah.
So, Bo, with your outfitter's license, you are taking persons. So I draw that permit.
Right.
Now, I can go hunt it by myself.
Absolutely.
Right? I have that. Or I can get a hold of somebody with the likes of you that has every nook and cranny of that place drilled in, right?
And I commend you if you want to do it on your own.
So I get a hold of you. So we're going to talk a little bit about what that looks like. Either I'm holding a permit for an elk, I got a deer tag, I want to go hunt sheep, goat.
Yep. No goat tags as of yet.
No goat tags as of yet.
Working with the Rocky Mountain Goat Alliance, trying to get that in the works.
And or bear when we get that back.
Yeah,
right? Spring bears become pretty big for you.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm holding one of those tags. I get a hold of you.
Yes.
What am I in for? What are you going to do for me?
I'm going to get you your trophy.
Really?
Absolutely.
What's that look like? We stay in a
wall tent.
Yep.
We're in the middle of the wilderness. 2 of my units are in the wilderness. 2 are not.
Packing in on mules or horses?
Packing in on mules.
Yeah.
We kind of got away from horses. Mules are a man's best friend.
Yeah.
They're more friendly.
Right.
Sure-footed. They're great.
Yeah.
They're just great. But it basically entails us doing the work for you. You draw the tag. You've waited a lifetime for this tag. Sometime, as I told Tommy, it may take 20 years for
or 2.
Or 2 or 3. Certain chuckleheads we know have drawn a few.
I call him 2-year Tony.
2-year Tony. Absolutely. So once you draw, we get the boots on the ground. We do everything. We get the scouting done for you.
Right.
Your time constraints, you can't do it. That's why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Right. And I still wouldn't be in business if I didn't have a passion for this.
Right.
I'm still passionate about it. Right. I mean, you just kind of, things don't get redundant, but what gets redundant is our WDFW policies, right? And it's kind of putting a hold on what we do.
Sure.
Okay. And so we'll talk about that here shortly. But if you drew that tag and you had 16 years, you waited for that tag.
Yeah.
we're going to find you the bull you want. Absolutely. And we're proud of 100% shot opportunity. Every client we've had, think about that.
That's phenomenal.
That is amazing.
That is phenomenal.
Okay? Now, that doesn't mean we've filled every
harvested,
tag.
yes.
Yeah.
But we've taken clients in, and it's no fault of our own.
Right.
We showed them.
Right.
So, you know, people have this perception that there's a 400 class bull in every tree. There's not. Okay. Now, was there at one time? There probably
Sure,
was.
yeah.
Okay. The Blue Mountains was world famous at one time.
Right.
Can it get that way again? It certainly can. We need to manage it properly.
Right.
And
right.
So talk about that a little bit. You said it was world famous at one time. So you started, what was it, 2010?
2012.
2012.
Okay. So you've been operating there for 10 years now.
Yes.
So you got in, obviously you were successful right out of the bat. The first year,
Yep.
you had a mission to get 3 bulls down. You did, including a 400 class bull. And now you've been there over the years. Have you observed the decline of the animal availability over those years?
Oh, absolutely. So it's you know, what was once routine, us going into here, like, you know, the first year, say, oh, we'll go there the next year. Great. This is a good funnel for these elk, right? You know, after the rut, they go here, they go there. Okay. Same with deer. It's not what it used to be. And it's because of our predator problem, right? They're figuring out new routes, right? So that's more work for us, which we're not afraid of, you know? But it's disheartening what I've seen in 10 years. And I've been in the blues before I even had a permit.
Sure.
Hunting, recreating, etc.
Yeah.
Okay. But seeing it from my business standpoint, it's harder and harder. Okay. There's less elk. There's less herd bulls that, you know, clients are harvesting. You had 16 years. You don't want to shoot a small bull, immature bull.
Right.
You want to shoot a, 6 to 8 year old bull.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what we strive to do. But it's getting harder and harder. And, once we get some real predator management in there, it'll happen. It'll come back.
So in your mind, obviously, and in the mind of many, I mean, predators in that environment now is the number one reason. Have we had much winter kill there? I mean, what's leading to the decline? Strictly predators?
We have not. Listen, I have more user days than probably any person in the Blue Mountains. And I'm proud of that fact as well, okay? And I like to have my pulse on everything, right? The winters have not been super bad, right? Now we got a ton of snow now, right? The Blue Mountains is under a layer of snow. This is the first time in a number of years, right? So probably 6-7 years ago, right? And so what is going to happen is all these big bulls, these mule deer, they're going to go down even lower. Okay. And we might have some winter kill, but what happens is with so much snow, these predators, okay, we can talk about the wolves all day.
Sure.
Right? Okay. That's another topic for another day.
Yes.
We obviously know how that's going, but you culminate that with all these animals wintering down low and funneling down certain area. If I'm a predator, guess where I'm going to be?
All right.
Now I got 12 in a pack. I'm going to have 6 here and 6 here, right? You're gonna eliminate that elk herd. Sure. And our numbers, an ideal number. This is what WDFW is throwing out. We want 5,500 back, right? That's a sustainable number that they're content with. Okay. Now people ask me, you've asked me, Tommy's asked me, Tony's asked me, how many elk are down there? Is there 3,600? Right?
Yeah.
Is it more? Or is it less? Now, it's a conundrum for me to say if there's less, right?
Oh, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
Then what's our flawed commission going to do? They're going to dictate, hey, guess what? You know what? Let's just eliminate elk hunting altogether.
Yeah.
Okay? If there's more, then we don't have a problem.
Sure.
So, myself, personally, it's an easy fix. And we all know what that is. And it's predator management at its finest. Let's bring some hound hunting back. I'm going to throw some numbers at you for all you mathematicians, okay? Okay, Tommy.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll jump into the next segment too.
Yeah.
And you guys can think on it, and then you come back and you give me your answers. What it is? It's simple math.
Sure.
Okay, for Tony. I mean, he just
Yeah, might be a little difficult.
Okay, but
might have to get out his TI 89.
But
all I know how to count is 6x6.
It's frustrating what I see. So if our management objective is 5,500 elk, and the commissioners don't think there's a problem, I'm going to throw these numbers at you.
Okay.
And if they are watching, if they hear about it, this is real data.
Right.
From an outfitter that spends time in the Blue Mountains, more than any biologist, by the way.
Well, that's you got 12 cameras out there.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
maybe more.
Maybe more.
Okay.
You got a good grasp of what's happening.
I got a great grasp.
Yeah.
And, you know, we have a phenomenal spring bear season.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good time. It takes 3 to 6 points to draw a spring bear tag in the Blue Mountains. Jason Phelps drew a couple years ago, right? Tony was with him.
Yep.
They had a great time.
Right.
He got a nice bruin.
Yep.
And he'll attest to you too. It's not easy.
Sure.
But there's plenty of bear down there.
Right.
We do not have a problem with bear. And these people that think bears are lovely, let me tell you something about bears.
Can I just go on record and say you were the first man to ever use the word lovely
well,
in our studios?
I don't know if I want that.
I just...
it smells of fresh potpourri over here.
Where's my bush can?
Bear scat potpourri. That's what we need.
So I
in the
did
man
pinky up
studio.
for this one.
Right.
Yeah. Well, these bears eat their own babies.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, cuddly little buggers, aren't they?
Okay,
Yeah.
so they're savages, okay, and they eat baby deer and baby elk.
Right.
And we'll talk about the deer decline too, because no one seems to be talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, you got a serious decline in the mule deer,
It's
right?
unbelievable. Like I said, you know, this is what used to be there. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It used to be, and it can be again. But we need to get a grasp. And you know, out of all the cameras that I check, I've never been to a camera. This is a true fact. In probably the last 5 years, where I did not have at least 2 different cougars on each camera. Now think about that, right?
Yeah.
Go into each camera, and I'm in some pretty dark places, some pretty deep timbered spots, and it's like, oh wow! And you're sitting there and you're looking at these with your SD card as you switch, and you're like, okay,
yeah,
they're here.
They're here.
We've run into them.
They're probably watching me look at my SD card right now.
We've had them growl at us.
Yeah.
Packing elk out.
Right.
We had one on top of a dead deer in front of us in the trail. You know, basically like, this is my deer.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's like we're seeing cow elk now have babies way up high, like by themselves. Like you'll see a solo cow elk.
Interesting.
And you're like, what is she doing up there?
Right.
And you're watching her, and then she has a brand new dropped calf right with her. And the reason she's so up high is because down low, they have packs of wolves, they have cats, and all the spring bears are down low because it's like Thanksgiving.
Right, yeah.
Right? It's just feast. They drop, they're scentless. They're not scentless. Those bears rely on their nose, and they go through, and they go, and I mean, I've seen bears eating baby calves, right? And then the cows trying to fight them off. She can't do nothing, so she's barking, running around. I've seen, you know, people don't think we have coyote problem, right? Bobcats, okay? And then cougars.
They're all there.
And I'm telling you, and we'll get into the cougar thing.
Oh, we are. Next segment with you, you got the numbers, you know, the colored study that came out this last year, which really landed on a lot of person's radar to go, holy cow. I really thought it was a wolf issue, or I thought it was a bear issue. Well, collectively, they're all having an impact, but the cats, my God, right?
Oh, Dwayne.
Is there any pressure? Is there any hunting going on for the mountain lions in that region?
There's very little.
Very little?
Yeah, very little. And I'll tell you why. Because half of it's wilderness. Yeah. And it's like this.
Right.
It's not for everybody.
No.
You know, a lot of my clients will go to the Blues. They draw this tag.
Yeah.
Because Fish and Wildlife publicizes, hey, it takes 20 points to draw this tag, right? Yeah. So people go because it's popular, and they get there and go, oh, I can't do this. right? And they can't.
I didn't sign up for this.
Tony will attest to it.
Yeah.
It's rugged, nasty country.
I talked to Jason after his bear hunt. He's just like, holy cow, dude.
Yeah.
It's amazing, right?
It's amazing, right?
But we have so much more to get into. We're really going to drill down on the numbers and what's happening and the decline of the ungulated herds, not just the elk, but the mule deer, as you have mentioned. There's a few whitetail around, but as you have also stated, but we have a serious predator problem. And it's across the board. And you just named a handful of predators in that region. And they're all having an impact. Some, obviously, as has been put out there now, a much higher impact than others. And the state has done things which has driven that, much like in our waters with the pinniped issue. Protections and certain things in play that makes it very difficult to get control of this out of control population now, right? So that's why you're here. Serious numbers that you have, what you see is going on there. WDFW and the commission would do themselves a favor by listening to a man like you, sitting down in front of them and giving testimony, truthful testimony. Okay?
I'd love that.
Because look, you as an outfitter to go in there and say, yeah, I would agree with the fact we have 3,600 elk right now. You're basically cutting your business. That they may take a stand and go, well, we're not going to be issuing permits then. Well, but you have to come forward with the information to say, but yeah, here's why. And here's what I'm asking you to do, right? So,
well, and the point is that it's all about the trajectory, right? So the population was here. This is the trajectory. So the do nothing plan leads to a much lower population of elk, regardless of what you do with hunting.
And just
very good point.
Just a side note, we have invited WDFW biologists to come with us. We'll ride them in to the middle of the wilderness and show them the deadheads we find. Show them some cameras, show them footage. I've run into one of the trappers that works for WDFW. He wants images.
Wolf trapper?
Yes. From my cameras.
Sure he does.
Well, how about you put the boots on the ground and get your ass out in the woods? Okay, so it's frustrating. And then the hidden agenda of WDFW. We talked about this last time, Dwayne, about the transparency of Fish and Wildlife. Right? Tony brought it up. Kelly brought it up. Let me tell you, they've had meetings, and you know this. They had a meeting while we're taking clients in for our hunt. We always strive, I told you this, try to get our clients into camp 3 to 4 days before their hunt begins. To get them acclimated to the area, see where camp is, get comfy, etc. And they had the 5-year Blue Mountain elk herd management meeting while I'm taking clients in.
Like on a Wednesday at 10 in the morning.
We weren't invited, right? Okay, so I was not going to miss it. And it's the only time, and I'm proud of this, I never left my clients. I don't want to take them in on this once-in-a-lifetime hunt.
And leave
then I turn around, oh, see you, fellas.
I got to go.
But they understood, and I said, I'll see you in 2 days.
Okay.
And I made it out. Cody took the guys in. We rode back out. One of my guides was waiting for me. We drove to Dayton, where the meeting was. I invited everybody was there, and their brother. And the meeting was over by the time we got there. They called me on the way down. I'm coming out of the mountains. We got a long haul. And they said, oh, the meeting's over. And I'm like, no, you keep them till we get there. And we pulled up, and I walked in, and there was... the gal had closed the library, and I just said, hey, you need to open that back up. And she goes, well, who are you? I said, I'm the freaking outfitter in the Blue Mountains that they excluded from this meeting. And then, and then it was kind of chaos ensued. But I just said, listen, you have a hidden agenda. You don't want input from the real outfitter that's here, that sees what's going on. You do 2 flyovers a year, and you can tell me how many herd bulls to cow ratio are in those canyons. Give me a break. You got to put boots on the ground. Does WDFW even know how many mountain goats we have? How many sheep we have? No, that's a problem too with predators. Of course they're preying on their young. I've watched a mountain goat nanny push her baby up the hill while 2 bears are coming in after her, and she's pushing this thing. It probably dropped 3 weeks before. And she is pushing this thing. I love mountain goats, by the way. She's pushing this thing up the mountain, and she gets it up on this little rock knoll. And I'm like, oh, there's nothing I can do. I'm a mile away, and I'm like, those bears, they're gonna find it. They're gonna kill that little goat. And she circled back, came down, did this figure 8. Those bears got wind of her, followed her. She let him out of sight. She looped up. She grabbed that baby and pushed him off the cliff. It was the most fascinating thing I've ever seen. Right. Wow. That's Mother Nature at its
Isn't
finest.
That amazing?
Right?
You just talked about the cow seeking the high ground to go, give birth.
And those cow elk, we've seen numerous now over the last couple of years where these solo cow elk they're like, screw this. I'm going to get hammered as soon as I drop this. It might be your second calf.
Look at their behavioral change just because of the pressure they're feeling from the predators, right?
And look, I'm a big shed hunter.
Yeah.
I like seeing what survived in the winter. I like to have history with something, a bull, certain bull, whatever, okay? Shed hunters don't do that much damage to push these elk out of their winter habitat.
No.
Most of the people that are doing it are savvy enough to go, you know what? We're backing out. We're going to let these bulls winter here.
Sure.
Okay? They're not pushing these cows that are going to have their calves here shortly.
Yeah, right.
They're not pushing them down. Those cows are there for their own reason because they know power in numbers.
Right.
They're elk. Right. Okay. Now, what's getting lost in this is how about the mule deer? What's happening to them? How come no one from WDFW addresses the mule deer? They had a meeting a month ago. I know, Tommy, I'm getting fired up.
I love it, man. I love it. I'm listening to every little bit.
That's why we bring it in.
But they had this meeting that they didn't publicize. And it was a Zoom meeting, and they had everyone in their square. And, you raise your hand, and I'm sure it stays up on the screen. And I had a friend that took it over. He's now going to be running my Instagram, social media stuff. Shout out to Andy Elliott, appreciate you, buddy. And he said, you need to get on this meeting. Well, I had company, right? I was having this dinner party, and I'm like, I don't think now's the time. And I go, you know what? Now is the time. So I chimed in. I got in there. I raised my hand, and they called on me. And I'm like, well, this is fantastic. I didn't want to be redundant and talk about the elk herd and the decline that we've brought to plight here lately. But I just said, what is Fish and Wildlife doing about the mule deer in the Blue Mountains? And you know what answer they gave me?
Probably nothing.
No answer.
You probably caught them off guard.
No,
you caught
no
them speechless.
No answer.
They didn't have that. They didn't plan.
Kyle Garrison had no clue that there was probably even mule deer in the Blue Mountains. I don't know. Okay, so
boots on the ground, as you said.
Boots on the ground. And
but we have a ton more info to get through. We're really going to delve into this predator issue and what is leading to the decline of the elk herd, the mule deer, the ungulates in general. So we'll touch on a lot of that. Good. You have a lot of good statistical data there from your observations and what you are putting together. So I'm so glad you brought all that. We're going to take a little pause here. We're going to jump out, come back from a quick break. We're going to get our buddy Matt messing on the phone, messing around fishing charters. As I mentioned at the start of the show, this last weekend, phenomenal weather, Tommy. It was great. I was disappointed you couldn't.
Way to rub it in.
I know.
Way to rub it in.
We had a great day, as have many as of late. Up until tomorrow, apparently it's going to do a temporary, and I use that lightly, temporary closure. Maybe we can get a little deeper into the year. Maybe we'll get this fishery back here in February where the weather can actually be even nicer. And so winter blackmouth fishing hopefully to continue. But we'll get into all of that. We'll talk about why and how we found success, and you can do the same once we get the reopener. Don't go anywhere. Jump out for a quick break. We'll be back here in studio on the phone with Matt Messing right after this break.
A Northwest favorite for almost 40 years, Arima boats are manufactured with pride right here in Bremerton, Washington. Arima Boats offers all of our boats with Honda outboard packages so that you can take full advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty from your Honda outboard. With literally thousands of Arima boats on the water throughout the Pacific Northwest, Arima boats are a proven hull design that offers incredible fuel economy and all of the amenities that a serious angler is looking for. All Arima boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why we back our boats with a lifetime warranty. All of our Arima boats are designed to maximize deck space while also providing ample seating. Contact us today at Arima Boats for all your boating needs and let us help you get out on the water.
Please apply.
Tommy.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I'm good. Get enough sleep?
No.
It's early.
It is early.
What are we doing out here? We're in some godforsaken field. Got a caravan with us.
It's hard to see, but we have 2 trailers full of decoys that we're getting ready to set up.
And blinds.
Yeah.
Doing a goose hunt this morning. And the boys are checking out the field right now. It is hard to see out there.
Yeah, it is.
I'll just shine that in your face.
I still look good.
Yeah, you do, especially in the darkness. Levi, how many are you putting out?
Only about 45-ish.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, these big birds, they're family groups. They don't like a huge spread.
Yeah.
And even the calling, they don't like a whole lot of noise. They just like it nice and quiet.
Huh?
Real simple spread. So.
Gotcha.
Hopefully they come in about 15 to 10 amount of birds. Every now and then you get big wads of them, and then it turns into an absolute rain out. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. All right, man. We gotta get these out, get the blinds set, get them brushed out.
Yep.
Set the boys with one of the trucks to go get all the tumbleweeds.
Yeah, it sounds kind of funny, but kind of a tumbleweed roundup. You just fill the trailer and the beds of the trucks with as many as you can, and
right.
You basically just turn your layout blind into a flower arrangement of tumbleweeds, and they fall for it. To just try to. We stretch them out past our blind a little bit too, so it doesn't just look like a blob of tumbleweeds. You want it to look like a whole weed line.
Right.
But
that makes sense.
Seems to do the job.
All right. Well, we'll get her set up and wait for daylight, huh?
Absolutely. They should be about 35 to 40 minutes after daylight. They'll start showing up.
Perfect. All right. Let's go get this done. Yo. All right. There we go. Good. Nobody strike a match.
Yeah, right.
We got us some ground cover here. Got our truckload of tumbleweed. Nicely done, boys. Sorry. We're gonna brush out these blinds.
Our vegetation specialist.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is arts and crafts for men.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Tommy, you're kind of a tumbleweed.
Sometimes.
Huh?
Certainly can be.
Yeah. When it's called for.
Yeah.
All right, Tommy. We are actually out here in the field, daylight.
Mm-hmm.
And we're done hunting, but that being said, because it was so dark, we're getting everything set up. We got to kind of do our intro now, so we're going to talk about this, but the carnage
has occurred.
Has been weighed,
yeah.
Right? Shelby, Levi, how would you summarize this morning?
Fast and furious.
Pretty, yeah. I mean, I actually couldn't even get camera set up out here. It was just
Yeah.
like, get back in the blind.
We
You're yelling at me.
I couldn't pick the birds up fast
No,
enough.
it was ridiculous. I mean, the type of morning you guys want, right?
Absolutely.
So, before we get too far along, what we're going to do is we're going to show you the carnage. So don't go anywhere. Carnage is coming at you right now.
You ready, guys? Kill him. Nice. Push on my gun.
We're gonna drop him.
Kill him.
Oh, he's hit.
Backflip. Oh, backflip.
3 backflips.
Shoot that cripple if you can.
In the decoys.
I don't want to shoot your. Come on, you piece of crap.
You get in, Pete?
Oh, hey,
yeah, baby.
somebody shot a lane.
Out a window.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, we got another triple up.
Yeah, well, he's not running. He's running.
Guys, we need to do a bird count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I got 4 laying behind the blind here.
I got 3.
2. 2.
All right, hold your fingers up.
2, 3. 27. All right. Kill those 2.
Boom. Yeah, I got you, bitch. Those things are full of pellets.
Those things are. Pete, you can have those 2.
Shooting, Shelby?
Shooting.
He can do that because they're his decoys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one's got his head up too.
Dude, that one on the left. It got hammered.
And he's still moving.
I don't know. Oh, God. For some reason, it's got white shit on it. Where? Oh, look. He ain't with it.
I was like, kill what?
That's what happens when after the gym shows.
I've had limits and
Load!
Dead birds.
Crying about.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's the next one that's coming up. Is so
What happened to the left side container over there?
We got a few. Yeah. Dead birds everywhere. All right, boys. Well, here we are, man, and
some bonus birds.
Some bonus birds.
Yeah, how about that?
As a snow with a broken neck. So somebody got a good shot.
Yeah.
Man, can't thank you guys enough.
Glad you guys had fun. Thank you
Absolutely.
for joining us.
Shelby, always a pleasure, buddy. Ross Outdoor Adventures, make sure you look them up. Fish on Northwest. Jump out for a quick break. We'll see you guys back in the studio. Allied boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Deep V 21-degree dead rise at the transom guarantees a smooth ride no matter the conditions. Allied offers all of our boats with Honda outboard packages so that you can take full advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty from your Honda outboard. Allied boats range from 19 to 32 foot in length, so no matter what type of heavy gauge boat you are looking for, we have it for you. All of our Corsair 21 foot and larger designs come standard with reverse chine that is welded inside and out with no extrusions below the waterline, so that you will never have to worry about corrosion problems down the road. Get out on the water today in a boat that you can trust and enjoy with Allied Boats. Contact us at Allied Boats today to learn much more about our incredible fishing machines.
New days, new beginnings, new friends, new loves, new dreams, new goals, new scenery, new job. No matter what the next chapter holds, Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate will be there to help you find the new that's right for your lifestyle at any stage of your life. Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. Expect better.
Hi, we're Joe and Megan Malico, owners of Archery World up here in Lacey.
We're a full pro shop, so we have a full pro service also. We have a huge indoor range. We carry 11 bow lines, all the major bow lines, and then there's subsidiary companies too, like if we carry Bowtech, we carry Diamond. If we carry Matthews, we carry Mission.
When you come in, we're gonna ask you, what kind of price point you're looking for. What's your hope, what's your goals, what's your bow, and with that information in mind, we'll point you in the direction of, that price point bows, and then maybe give you the option to test fire, maybe a higher level bow, just so you can compare. But it really is all about getting what it is that's going to work for you.
We don't upsell anyone. They shoot it, they like it, they don't like it, they don't get it. We don't operate like that. And so if you need it and it puts you in the outdoors, we probably have it. So come down and see us.
What are we doing, man? We're downtown Seattle.
Yes, we are.
And
we are usually not in this environment.
I don't like it here.
But the squid are here.
The squid are here.
We're here.
So we are going squid jigging. Some might say squidding, but we're going squid jigging. Right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, well, we're getting our rain gear on. It's kind of loud here. We are literally downtown. Where are we at? What marina?
Bell Harbor Marina.
Bell Harbor Marina.
Yeah.
So
it's been a small craft advisory, but they've still been getting them. So we got a little break in the weather today, so it should be good.
And who are we teaming up with?
We're going out with the Squid King himself, Mr. Paul King.
Paul
Kim.
Paul King. The Squid King himself.
That's right.
Squid King of Seattle. Let's go find Paul. So 35 degrees and raining.
Yeah.
That's about as cold as it gets.
Yeah, that's the MO.
You know? You would think we were steelhead fishing.
Right. There we go. I'm ready for my quick draw.
What do you got going there? Tools.
Cool.
Okay, let's go meet Paul. Can we do this?
Let's do it.
Not the best evening, but you know what? That's
classic
Pacific Northwest weather at its best, right?
That's right. This is perfect,
But
man.
look at the scenery here. I mean, you got the wheels, you got the lights of the city. You know, it's a beautiful wet evening.
Yeah. A little chilly.
A little chilly. Yeah, it was snowing at my house when I left.
Was it really?
Yeah. It was coming down. So this is my deckhand Zach. He's going to be helping us out tonight.
Hey Zach.
This is Dwayne and Tommy. Dwayne, Tom.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
How you doing? You ready for this? I'm sure you are.
Oh yeah. It's not his first rodeo.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's been around the clock for a few times.
All right, Paul, tell everybody who you are.
So my name's Captain Paul Kim. I'm the owner of Fish P&W Guide Service and Seattle Squid. And we're out here, hopefully getting into some squid here on a cold December evening in downtown Seattle.
No, hopefully. Yeah. No, hopefully.
The hope is not a plan, okay?
The hope is not a plan. Look, the followers of our show simply know you as the Squid King of Seattle, right?
I don't know how I got that title.
Well, that was last year.
That was us.
That's
how you got that name.
Give you a quick primer here.
Okay.
We're going to be using these weighted jigs, and these are kind of sequentially lighter, and they go heavier as they go down the line here, down to about a 1.5 ounce jig. And these are made with mylar and have UV and glow elements to them. So in order to get them to work, we got to have not only the right jigging action, but we also have to charge them up in the lights. And so that's why we've got lights all around the boat. We give them a little bit of a glow.
Gotcha.
They get charged up, and they mimic a phosphorescent fish or crustacean that's down there, which would be the natural prey of these squid, which are in the sound this time of year.
So hey, I noticed you got like an extra lead at the bottom of the jig.
That's
the
right.
Bottom jig that's 1.5 ounce.
That's right.
Already.
That's right. Yeah. So what we're doing is just adding a little 2 ounce dropper cannonball on the end of this lower jig. So we want it tapered. So we want lighter to heavier progressively, so that we don't get any tangles when we're dropping. Okay. We want to get down quickly. This year they seem to be a little more fickle. Last year we were finding them anywhere from 30 to 50 feet of water, but this year they're in anywhere from 80 to 100 feet of water. So what we want to do is, you know, that tide's going to be ripping. It's going out right now, and so we want to get that jig combo set down as fast as we can. We wanted a vertical presentation, and then we want to make sure that our jigging action is just fluttering with the pause. It's super important to have that pause. I don't know, for some reason this year they seem to like that pause.
They need that extra second.
Give it a
to
2 or 3 Mississippi. Yep,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So you got 2 ounces at the bottom, and then the bottom jig is 1.5 ounce.
1.5. Yeah.
What about the other two jigs?
We got a 3/4 out here, and then a 1/4 ounce up here.
Okay.
Yep. And you'll see there's no real hooks per se, but these are umbrella hooks that are that go around the actual jig, and when a squid sees this, they think, okay, well, that looks like a nice mighty fine snack. They're going to come up, wrap their tentacles around that, and then they won't be able to escape because they've got intertwined tentacles into these sets of umbrella jigs. So it's super important to make sure that every once in a while these foul. You want to make sure these are nice and curved up all the time. So it's really not much of a hook set. You feel density, you feel weight. Sometimes you can feel them pulsing on that line, trying to swim away, and you'll see that rod tip just kind of moving and pulsing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now talk about the main line. What are you running for main line?
So main line, we're just using a 20-pound braid, and then we're using a 50-pound monofilament, just Maxima, about 18 inches in between each jig set.
Yeah. Now you run the heavier line in between the jigs, not because you need it, but because you don't want the line wrapping around the hooks.
Correct.
Of the jig.
Yeah, we want it as stiff as possible so it doesn't foul up and when we send it down, it's stiff, and we can have a nice tight feel to the whole jig set.
Now I noticed you got 3 jigs, different colors. You kind of have a pink and white up top, orange and green and white at the bottom.
Correct.
What's the thought process behind the color?
Yeah, so different colors put out different heat signals, for the squid, believe it or not. And so, traditionally pinks and whites are excellent colors for squidding. My next favorite is green, but last year we had our hot color was orange. This year it seems to be yellows. So, go figure.
So you just never know.
You never know.
Yeah, that's why I noticed that the rods kind of all have
there's not one dominant jig color that we use, but this year it seems to be yellow.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take 3 yellow.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, well, let's get going.
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this. All right, here we go. Paul, we go on anchor and sit here and...
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're gonna go on anchor. We're gonna fire up the generator, get the lights on, and so look. See, this is what they look like right here.
Let's take a look at that.
So it looks like a carpet right here. So you see that? You see them dropping the anchor line right there, and then that buzz right there.
Drop the anchor right on their head.
Yeah.
Let there be light.
Huh.
There you go. What do you think about that?
Yeah,
that should bring them up.
You think? We got 4 of them.
The Squid King's light game is very strong. Very, very strong. The first thing we got to do is we got to get these babies charged up.
Yeah, you got to give them in the light, right?
Yep, got to give them in the light.
Okay. Get a good charge on them.
There we go.
Okay. Now we got squid moving in on the bottom because these lights are drawing them, right?
That's correct.
We got some current pushing.
This is quite the setup. We got drop lights.
Yeah.
We got floodlights.
Yeah.
How many lumens is each one of these lights?
Oh, they're about 50,000 lumens.
50,000 lumens.
There you go. Attaboy.
Oh, yeah. Good job, Zach.
Jesus. Yeah.
So we take them off, you just grab the jig, turn it upside down, give it a little shake, and then boom, you're good to go.
They fall right off of there.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
Yeah, no barb, no
Right.
them, just flip them upside down.
There's a barbless fishery, Tommy.
That's right.
They don't want you to catch too many.
Multiple barbless hooks.
Multiple barbless hooks.
There we go. There we go.
Oh!
Now we're doubled
There we
over.
go, buddy.
There we go.
Oh, this is a tree shaker right here.
You got triple?
He's going under the boat.
There we go.
So there you go.
Nicely done, Tony.
You know, so the Squid King is saying, hey, you got to leave him out there for a second.
Yeah.
You know, let him do his thing.
Right.
And then bring him in.
Yeah.
Would you like to have some sashimi? Definitely could.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Well done.
A lot of that cocoa beano lately too.
Yeah.
You know that with a little bit of wasabi.
Yeah.
Perfect. Doing a cold vodka or like tequila.
Oh, I like that idea.
There we go.
Doubled up.
Doubled up.
And if it's small, it's going in Dwayne's bucket.
I want your charity.
Oh, it's totally a petty squid.
Oh yeah, look at that little shape. Tommy, you filmed the Krakens a minute ago.
Little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger. Yeah. Oh, double.
Oh, a double.
There you go.
Double trouble.
Double trouble.
Oh, wow.
It's like Squid on. That's loaded.
Wait, how come you're not done with your limit yet?
I am.
Been waiting for you.
Yeah,
about a half hour. We've all been sitting here.
About 30 seconds. Final finish with a double. There you go. Double Cooper.
Yeah, so like, wow.
Got like a month Cooper. Yeah, there you go. Stay right there. There you go. Little buddy. Oh yeah, there we go. Huh?
You know. Limits.
Tommy, did you get any squid?
Oh, none at all. None at all. Maybe just, you know,
let's see,
the big boys. I did a little catch and release action in there.
Dark in there. We need some
to try
lighting.
to get some.
There we go.
Try to get some bigger ones in the mix. Yeah.
You did nice. Nice work.
Yeah, I went for the winter runs.
Yeah.
You know, not those summer runs that some of us were going after.
Yeah. Well, Zach's new to this, so.
yeah, it was Zach's fault.
It was Zach.
Right.
Well, Tommy.
Dude, another successful trip.
Man, I tell you what, Paul, can't thank you enough.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Captain?
Got a little ink on my hands, but you know, it's just a war paint.
The Squid King of Seattle. Seattle is positioned directly behind us. And to pull in here, busy street, construction going on, cranes everywhere, hustle bustle, holiday season, and just to go out right in front here and do what we just did.
That's right.
Well, and look at the conditions that we were dealing with, right? We're coming off a small craft advisory, right? So the water's all churned up.
Yep.
We had a little bit of rain tonight, which is not advantageous for squidding, but you deal with it.
Yep.
And then the other thing is we had an outgoing, right?
Yes.
Usually you like an incoming for that squid trip.
That's right.
Yeah, good point.
You were like, oh, it's going to be slow. It was anything but slow, let me tell you what.
It was pretty non-stop.
Yeah.
It was pretty
I think it took
non-stop.
us maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And we had our 10 pounds.
Yeah.
So,
Times 4.
I mean, part of that is you've got this dialed in.
Well, I don't know if we've got it dialed in, but we have a lot of fun, you know.
Well, you know, I would highly encourage folks to look you up, book a trip, and come and see exactly what it takes to be successful. This isn't like you just show up in your 12-foot little boat with a kicker on it and go out there and anchor up and put some flashlights in the water.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
How many lumens are these lights?
They're about 70,000 a piece. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And you got 4 of those.
We got 4 of those. So we're
And then
running
your submersibles.
Submersibles, and so yeah, we're running over 300,000.
Well, and there's like coaching involved too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not just, oh, you put the jig in the water and the squid climb on it, right? I mean, there's definitely a rhythm
technique.
to it.
There's a technique.
There's a technique.
Doesn't take long to get it down if you're a good listener.
Hey,
right.
we got
I listen.
we got good fishermen on board, so we gotta give the hats off to you guys for making it happen too.
There's just that slight little difference of pressure you feel in that rod.
That's right.
So Tommy prefers that shorter rod. I was using that longer rod.
Yeah.
That sensitivity on that tip. And contrary to popular belief, Thomas, they fight nothing like a coconut.
It's like a coconut. It's like a coconut.
Not even close.
Dude, I'll go squidding any day of the week over coconut. Sorry, folks. But no, you know, like when we first got out there, you know, and you know, I think a big thing is you're setting anchor.
Yeah.
A little bit different program than some folks.
Oh, yeah.
And you're drawing them, you're sucking them up to the boat.
Yeah.
Right? And so as soon as the deckhand, Zach, you know, put that first jig in the water, he was hooked up, you know, and I go down and I'm jigging and I'm like, what gives, man? And he's got like 5 squid on the mount. I'm like, and I'm watching. He goes, no, it's a small jig, right?
Rhythm
small
and cadence,
jig,
right? Rhythm and cadence.
So there's definitely something to it, and you guys are really good at coaching people up. And as soon as we got the jig down, we were hooking them left and right.
Got the jig down. I was amazed at how often just that dead stick. Just let it sit there for a minute, and pretty soon rod just loads up and doubles, triples, and yeah, they don't fight like a coconut. But I tell you what, it was a good time. Couple hours, we got 4 limits, 40 pounds worth of squid.
Yeah.
Now Paul gets to clean them. So anyway, where can folks contact you if they want to book a trip?
Yeah, so great plug, appreciate it. We're on Facebook as well as Instagram. Just do a search under Seattle Squid. Website's also fishpnw.com or seattlesquid.com. You can find us there.
You need to change that to the Squid King of Squid.
No.
He's too modest for that.
I know.
He's too humble for
I know. But you know, you were coined that last year when you dare enter the dojo
because of this guy.
With him on the phone. So can't thank you enough, man. This was a great time.
You bet.
Strongly encourage, you know, families bring kids out here.
Absolutely.
Maybe not on a night like this with the rain and the coldness.
We had a little bit of chop out there.
Yeah. There's some better weather windows to take advantage of. So anyway,
we want to be safe. We want to have a good time.
Absolutely. But well done, sir. Appreciate it. All right, that's going to do it for us out here on the water. We're going to jump out for a quick break. See you guys back in the studio here real quick.
Bam!
Well, there you go. Welcome back in studio, Tommy.
Another phenomenal trip. Thanks to Paul.
That was such a good time.
It was a good time.
Yeah, appreciate everybody staying on here and hope you enjoyed that video. A little something we threw together there. A couple hours out on the water.
Yeah.
I probably had more time on the road, to be honest.
Yeah, you did.
You know, that was a grind
just to get there.
To get there and get home and come home that night. And yeah, I had a lot going on.
And a downtown Seattle parking ticket to boot.
Oh yeah, the $44 ticket. Thank you, City of Seattle. Yeah, appreciate that. That whole thing, it's like, well, you can pay for your 2 hours. Then you can phone in and extend it after your 2 hour window. And well, I'm out there jigging squid.
Yeah, you don't think about it.
No.
But you know, this is an opportunity that you don't typically think about, right? When you think of Washington State.
Right.
And it's a great opportunity. I mean, obviously, as you can see, evidenced in the video, thanks to Captain Paul Kim.
Yes.
It's prolific. The squid are prolific.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And you know, Paul, I will say for Paul, he does a really good job at coaching everybody through it, you know. And this is definitely a fishery or a squiddery where like you would take your family, right? Like you can get kids involved in this.
Yeah, it's a good time. And of course, then again, later on here in the show, we're going to show you a phenomenal recipe that you're going to want to pay attention to, because to go out and harvest is one thing, but to ensure and share that bounty with family and friends and to do it upright, I mean, that's where it all just comes together for you. So can't thank Paul enough. Make sure you look him up, Paul Kim, on his social media. Easy to locate, and he is always, still booking trips through January here. The squid are still here. The season extends on through here into the winter. You might as well get him out there and get it. Maybe not on a night like tonight either. I mean, today, pretty blustery today, but get those weather windows, get those kids bundled up, go out there and have a good time. Okay, with that, we are going to take a pause here, jump out for a quick little break. We come back, you know, Tommy, a little bit ago, we showed him how to go out and get them. Now we got to show you how to cook them up. And this is a recipe you are going to want to pay attention to and definitely give a try. You will blow the minds of friends and family when you throw this on the table. Don't go anywhere, jump out for a couple minute break. We'll come back with the recipe of the week. Italian sausage stuffed squid with Chef Jeff Maxfield and Shing in the kitchen. Finn's Bistro right here, Fish Hunt Northwest. Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why we back our boats with a lifetime warranty. All of our Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. Defiance boats feature a 21 to 22 degree dead rise at the transom and a large reverse chine for incredible handling and stability offshore. Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Defiance boats feature fuel-efficient hull designs with large fuel tank capacity so that you can have maximum fuel range for making long offshore runs completely safe and affordable. All Defiance boats come standard with self-bailing decks for improved safety while at sea. Defiance Boat offers all our boats with Honda outboard packages so that you can take full advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty from your Honda outboard. Defiance boats for all your boating needs, and let us help you get out on the water.
Today, the need for quality private security services is at an all-time high. Contract Security Service provides day-to-day peace of mind as they protect people and property. Phoenix Protective Corporation strives for excellence. Above all, Phoenix security officers are managed by leaders trained to inspire and encourage greatness. Here at Phoenix, we provide service for multiple state and federal contracts, with service ranging from uniform, patrol, alarm monitoring, K-9 detection, executive protection, as well as investigative work. We here at Phoenix are looking for highly motivated individuals to apply. If you're a vet, retired or active, and would like to work with us, please apply.
Welcome back to Fish Hunt Northwest. We're here in the kitchen with Jeff Maxwell, co-owner and chef at Finn's Bistro in Issaquah, Washington. And what do we have here?
We're doing squid. So, yep, this is prime squid time here in the Northwest. You know, they're flooding into the Puget Sound this time of year. They come in closer. It's kind of a spawning season for them. So you can access them from, you know, pretty much any pier or dock this time of year. It's a lot easier at nighttime to go out and get them with a big spotlight, but you know, you can get them off a boat during the daytime too. So
sounds fun.
Yeah, and this is a great way to do it, other than, you know, a deep fried squid recipe that you know, is delicious in its own way. This is a little bit of a different take on it. So what I've done is I've taken the squid and cleaned them out already. So they've been, you pull all the insides out. They've got that little barb. That's almost like a little piece of cartilage in there. You pull that out. And then I've taken the tentacles here and chopped those up that are going to be part of the stuffing.
Okay.
All right. So what we've got, we'll get a nice little bowl here, mixing bowl. This is just off the shelf, store-bought hot Italian sausage. Yep.
Spicy. Yeah.
Spicy. I prefer the spicy one. So
I do too.
you know, it's definitely
a little bit more flavorful.
A little bit more heat, yeah. And we're going to add some of our own ingredients to it as well. Fresh chopped garlic.
Okay.
And I've got some shallot. Shallot, easily to find, you know, in any grocery store. You can substitute it with just a little bit of minced onion if you'd like.
And you usually saute them up.
Yeah. The best thing to do is you can extract a little bit more of their flavors by sauteing them lightly, letting that cool down before you add it to the meat. And then we've got a little bit of red bell pepper.
So you're doing a couple tablespoons of each.
Yeah.
Is what I see here.
And
for just 4.
For 4, yeah. I mean, this is a lot of sausage mixture. This would probably end up doing, you know, a dozen squid if you wanted to. And then that chopped up tentacle, we're going to add that right to it.
Do you saute that too?
Nope, that's actually all going to
Okay.
cook inside
Okay.
the tube.
Okay.
All right, a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of fresh ground pepper, and a little squeeze of lemon.
Just a little squeeze.
All right. And easiest way to get the sausage mixture into the squid is by using a piping bag. You know, you can get disposable ones such as this one. They sell, you know, the ones that are reusable. Typically, if you're using a meat mixture inside of it, I would make sure you're washing it really well before you're decorating a cake or something like that. All right.
Italian sausage cake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so just invert the outer edge, and you can hold it in your hand just like this.
Okay.
And it helps to keep the outside of the bag clean. All right. We'll get that mixture in there.
Yeah.
So typically on a disposable pastry bag, the tip's always going to be closed. So you just want to kind of get that close to the bottom as you can. And we'll use a pair of scissors here.
Also, you don't even have to use the one tip.
No tips involved.
Yeah.
You just
awesome.
You want to get that mixture right up to the edge, and then we're going to hold that squid tube open, just enough to get the tip in there. Easier said than done. All right in there, and we're going to fill that. You just squeeze me in, and we're going to fill that right up inside. See that?
That's great.
Okay, we'll do these ones here. Okay.
Spread the camera. Yeah.
All right.
That looks awesome.
And this mixture,
throw them on the grill, right?
Yep, we're gonna close them up with a toothpick just to keep all that stuffing in there.
Yeah.
All right, get this out of the way here. All right, and so just a wooden toothpick, and we're just gonna skewer that right in, kind of weave it back and forth, and it'll just keep it all nice and closed. All right. Now the easiest thing, you know, these work really well on a grill. You can do them in a saute pan on your stove. It's a great little appetizer, fun, you know, for dinner parties, that sort of thing. It's very Mediterranean inspired, you know, kind of a Spanish tapa. All right. So I've got a pan warming up here in the back.
Okay.
And all we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper on these guys. And you would think that, you know, gosh, it's going to take a while to cook that filling. And it does take a little bit of time, but the nice thing is it's not going to get chewy. These don't, you know, you always think of squid getting really chewy if you cook it too much.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
This actually doesn't get that way. All right, so we'll go right into the pan
Turn
here.
them and put them in the pan. And again, a pan that goes directly in the oven.
Yep, yeah, and you can do it. These, you know, you can just continue to cook right on top of the stove if you like.
Oh, okay.
You know, just make sure you're not scorching them. All right, and we'll let those go for a moment.
Okay.
Yep. So now we're going to make a sauce that goes with it. This is one of my favorite items at a grocery store. Mama Lowe's peppers. I believe his grandmother actually started making these pickled peppers, and they're Hungarian goat horn peppers. So they're kind of sweet and hot at the same time. They're made locally here in the Seattle area. So all we're going to do is we're going to turn this into an aioli, or essentially a mayonnaise.
Okay.
So we'll take
a fancy mayonnaise.
Fancy mayonnaise. So we'll take some peppers. The oil in there is just fine because we're going to add a little bit of oil to emulsify that.
Okay.
And egg yolk, which is you know, kind of the heart and soul of a mayonnaise, which is what helps to suspend that oil in there.
Right.
A little bit of sherry vinegar. You can just use red wine vinegar if you like. Yeah.
No,
Sheen
vinegar.
And then a little bit of garlic. and then a touch of honey. Honey's also an emulsifier, and it'll also kind of add a little bit of sweetness to it to balance out that vinegar.
I would have never thought to add
emulsifiers work really well. You know, egg yolk obviously is one. Dijon mustard, honey works really well as an emulsifier too. So, and we'll use this immersion blender. I just make sure I'm not knocking everything over.
Your favorite thing?
Favorite thing in the world. This is my second one now. And we're just gonna go kind of on a medium or low speed just to get everything kind of chopped up. If not, you'll be wearing it.
Yeah.
All right. And so I'm gonna turn the speed up a little bit more, and we're gonna slowly drizzle in some vegetable oil. Yep.
Oh.
Vegetable and olive oil blend.
Right.
And you just, you know, it's kind of like making a hollandaise sauce. You want to go slow, make sure it's getting incorporated. Now I can speed it up a little bit. And we start. So 1 egg yolk, which is typically an ounce, will suspend about 3 ounces of oil. So.
Yeah.
You can see it coming together there, starting to thicken up.
You always want to add it slowly because you can't take it back out.
That's right. And once it breaks, then you kind of have to throw everything out.
Right.
All right, so we've got our sauce done there. Get that out of the way. And we'll do a plate. So I'm going to turn these over real quick. All right. And through the magic of...
They puff up.
They do.
Yeah.
And we'll put that right on the plate here. And again, you know, serve this with a salad would be great, just as an appetizer, or make a whole plate of them and have it for dinner.
Is this the same sauce you use with octopus?
Yep, this is on our octopus dish in the restaurant.
Good.
Yep. And so I've got some here that I've already got done. And you can see they puff up a little bit. They get that nice kind of golden color. Right. Just remove those toothpicks. And you can arrange them however you like. You know, you can do them that way.
Fancy squid.
Little squid game. And then I've got a little bit of fresh rosemary. Why not?
Awesome.
Okay.
Yes.
There we have.
Definitely going to dig into that one.
Yeah. There we have our Italian sausage stuffed grilled squid.
And we'll throw it back to you guys in the studio.
Sportco, an outdoor emporium, is the largest local outfitter in the Northwest since 1975, providing thousands of people affordable outdoor gear. This summer, make your next outdoor adventure more affordable by shopping at our warehouse-style pricing. We are a local Scotty dealer, offering sales, service, and repair. Located in Fife and Seattle, come visit us today. The outdoors await you.
For more than 90 years, you've entrusted one brand to guide you toward living the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Now you can entrust affiliated Better Homes and Gardens real estate professionals to interpret your needs and help you find the home in which to live your dreams. Through every stage of your home buying or selling process, and through every stage of your life, there's Better Homes and Gardens real estate. Expect better.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
Hi, this is Joe and Megan from Archery World. We have 4 store locations. We are at the Lacey location right now. I just want to highlight some of our camping gear. We have Mystery Ranch packs. We also have trekking poles. We have crispy boots. We have 6 Hour optics. We carry Havalon knives. We carry Garmin products as well. So it's not just archery. We want to try to make this one-stop shopping for you guys. And so if you need it and it puts you in the outdoors, we probably have it. So come down and see us.
Well, there you go. Welcome back in studio. Hopefully you enjoyed that with Chef Jeff Maxfield and Ching up there in the Finn's Bistro kitchen. Very simple recipe, but oh my gosh, so flavorful. If you have squid in your freezer, definitely want to give that a try. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And again, if you haven't made your way up to Finn's Bistro, you need to make some reservations and get up there. The food is always amazing. The atmosphere is absolutely enjoyable. Okay, with that, that's going to kind of wrap it up for us this week. Apologize for being out on the road, but sometimes it's just what we have to do to bring you guys relevant content within season. At times we got to get on the road and make it happen. So hopefully you enjoyed what we reviewed this evening. We'll be back here live in studio next week, St. Patrick's Day, Thursday, March 17th. Seems like a great reason to give some swag and some merchandise away. I haven't exactly told Ching that as of yet, but we will have some great prizes from some of our sponsors and ourselves that we're going to be giving away St. Patrick's Day. My goal is to give some away every break. So make sure you spread that around. We'll get that on our social media throughout this week to encourage you all to join us here next Thursday, 6 p.m. in the studio. Tommy and I are back from on the road, and we'll bring you another relevant in-time show like no other here at Fish Hunt Northwest.